You guys, I am super excited to do this video. This is a 93, 98, I gotta check the title, but it's a Champion, so it's no longer one of those boats that they continue to make. Great hull, great bass boat for me so far, but the only thing is the trolling motor gave out on me. That's what I was fishing out of before I got my hands on this, and whenever this original trolling motor gave out, I kind of just took a break from it. I really wanted to fish. I didn't want to continue to repair. And it also allowed me to, one, do research. What could it be? What maybe gave out? Secondly, do I want to fix it or do I want to buy a new one? I don't know if you guys are in the market or have been looking. They're over $1,000, over $2,000. So for me, I think the part that I'll be ordering is not even a fraction of that. A big reason I like working on my boat is because I like to really, one, understand my boat. This is my vessel, this is mine, pay cash for it. I'm not sponsored, I don't have that type of money. So personally, if something fails, I'm kind of on my own. And I like to kind of just really understand what's going on and then also help you guys understand what's going on. And that's kind of my personality ever since I can remember. This is a 40-pound thrust, which is great for that boat. But whenever it gets to those like 15 miles an hour gusts of wind, this thing doesn't, it just keeps me there. It's like a spot lock. Let's just replace the part, make a killer video out of it, show you guys something new, show me something new, and then let's see if we can get this thing to rock and roll. We got something. Module. Now, I won't really know if this is gonna fit until I take it apart. It smells new. For the old ones, you have the controlling, the steering cables go on that side, the head, which is where you see the arrow for the most part. And then in here, the wirings run through this shaft, and then you have this module, you have a motor, and everything is here, and it's properly sealed. So if you open this and you see some water, some rust, you might have a leak, and you might need to get that fixed with warranty or figure that part out. I don't think I have a leak. We'll see though. But yes, we're gonna dive into it, and I'll show you guys the tools that I need to do all this commotion. First thing we're gonna do is we're going to, by hand, unscrew this. And this is a very normal thing. You don't wanna lose, there's a bar right here in the middle, and this is very normal. This is what you do whenever there is potentially fishing line. This is the part that you don't want to lose. You know, this is meant to be taken off. That's a blade. You go through blades, especially plastic ones, all the time. So that's normal. Obviously, there's no fishing line in there. We're looking good. And then we're going to get to the 5/16 screws here. And then we got some Phillips screwdrivers here. So start with these two big ones. These are going to be long screws that go all the way back, and they hold on this cap. Make sure you don't bend these, and make sure they're not bent when you pull them out. Boom. That comes undone. This is the cap. This is that back end. Put that there, you're good. This guy, there's two more screws here that need to come off. It's like all in one. You have that star right here. Boom. There you go. Just like that. We are coming across some good stuff here. That is the new piece. This is the old piece. This is what the new piece looks like. You guys see the difference? This is where it gets shocking, but we're gonna have to pull the board. There's a board right here. That's where these screws will go into, and that's what's holding this whole thing together. You would want to access the top where the cables are. If you want to feed this wire, there's a black and red wire. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me try to adjust this. You guys see that black and red wire? Yeah, those are fed through the shaft, which go all the way up. And that's the only time you'd want to take the lid off of that, so you can kind of feed this and it'll kind of give a little more, which we might do that, but I'm going to try to just go through and utilize these screws if I can to just remove that. But this little cavity here has a spring, which loads up this magnet to that motor. There's still some life in it, so I'm not too worried about exchanging this, but you can also exchange this. So let's do the next, well, let's remove the spring first. This is that spring that I'm telling you guys about. There, can you guys see the, lastly, there's that black wire holding that screw, and then this whole thing should come right off. And then, boom. So, that's what that looks like. Can you guys see? It's like the matching set. And the cool part is the naming is even the same. So this is really awesome. I'm glad I found the exact one. We got the new one, the old one. I think it's pretty sick that everything matches. Everything matches exactly as it is. Even the label here matches. And the biggest thing is the reference, because I pulled this off, and you might be like, how am I going to put this back how I had it? Well, it has prongs here, and there's going to be a connector on that motherboard. Once you connect it, you kind of just go through it. This is the new one. These are the 3 prongs that I told you. This is where it will connect. Can you guys see this? So it's going to connect like so. And once you have that connected, everything else should line up. Like this guy is the red screw. The other one is the black screw, and this is where the magnet goes. But before I go on, I did promise to show you guys a little something. These are the cavities that hold these magnets in there. Like so, and there's a spring. That spring loading them at all times, kicking them out so that they rub right here on this guy. That's the motor. So just a little knowledge there. Let's start to put things together. There it is. Both of them. Now they're both on there. What I've found is helpful is to push the motor out to the magnet. Then you're gonna push the I'm gonna call them magnets, but they're not magnets. You're gonna push the motor out to the piece, and then you're gonna put the pieces with pressure on here, and then you're gonna push everything together. So, and now we kind of kick it all back. But the magnets are now on where they're supposed to be, and now it's time to put everything back together as it should go. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna start off with this guy. We want this to go the way it's going to go. You're gonna see there's a hole that'll align it with these holes right here. Instantly. All right, so now you don't wanna go too tight. This is going on the module, like I mentioned. So it's good enough with the hand tightness. The next thing is these guys. These guys will be fed all the way through. Like so. And then I'm gonna take you guys on that side so you guys can see where they exit. Because it's like a cavity downwards, like a little bowl. Even if it's not right on it, when you start tightening it, that screw is going to be directed right into that hole where it's supposed to go. So that's a pretty neat design, I think. Let's do that. Okay. Cool. All right, so this is all put together. Now we got to test it. Let's see if what we've done so far works. We're gonna start by connecting over there. Let's go. All we did was remove that guy, and the cables are right here, which connect to this guy. Testing, and now it's time to connect it. It is on off. That's the very first thing we want to check. We don't want it to just activate and go. So, boom. Let's move this blade. Let's move the blade a little bit. Enough play. All right. on. Look at that. She works. She works. Then, yeah, I'm putting my hand through in there, and somehow I'm gonna loosen everything up to get this guy on. I'm bringing my iPad to kind of help me see what you guys are seeing. But we are up here. We have a lot of access inside. And I guess I could bring you guys along to kind of see this whole mess in here. But yeah, we're gonna reach in there, undo, I think it's 2 nuts from what I remember, 2 nuts per bolt, undo one of the 2 just to get a measurement on the wrench and the socket. And then, yeah, we'll get to work on the furthest one. All right, so check that out. That is where we're gonna be sticking our hand in. You can see some of my rods, sleeves are here, and yeah, wiring. Good stuff. Good stuff. Let's see. We have called in our chief engineer.
That's me.
We already got 2 screws out. They're right there. But we're gonna do the last 2 hard ones if she budges. 2 that are the furthest are the last ones, and she's gonna be holding it down with that screwdriver while I go in with this guy, and hopefully it comes out. I didn't do a great job showing you guys, but this is the bolt. It comes with 2 nuts. And that's intentional so that it can like really hold it in. They don't twist off. But the biggest tool that makes a world of a difference is an electric 90-degree ratchet. I don't know if that's what it's called. I think that's what it is. Anyways, this thing's sick, really cheap. Home Depot, Lowe's, anybody holds them, cheap brand. But the first time I did it with the manual, and the one on the top was a pain. You could even ask my wife, or the chief engineer as I call her. It took a lot of effort, a lot of time. This time, done. That's all it was. So it took us 5 minutes to do this. And now, because LiveScope's still on it, which I might just remove LiveScope really quick, and then this guy goes on the bottom. So down on the floor. This is where the trolling motor goes. It's pretty sick. These rubber pieces allow for, you know, no big cracks on the fiberglass. There's a lot of dirt, and you can kind of see all that dust from the dirt roads. Those hidden lakes, man. So we got the old one, we got the new to me, well, the fixed one, and it's going on there now. It's really heavy. Wow. Okay. Let's get this guy out. All right, so I already put the screws in there, and your screwdriver is right here. We're gonna start with, you wanna do the furthest one or the nearest? Let's just take it off. Let's do the furthest one. So I'm gonna go twice, okay? All right, so we finally got this guy on. Really good, sturdy. Took some strength, but we got it. So now the next thing is to hook up that, the foot pedal, this guy, and I think we're gonna put pause after that. And then tomorrow I'll pick it up and finish doing LiveScope wiring and all the zip ties and all that good stuff. All right, guys, so I think that's it for this video. I'm gonna finish doing all this. There's no need for me to show you guys me zip tying and putting some tape here and there. I do appreciate you guys watching, staying tuned. This is not a permanent fix. This is well, it is a permanent fix. I'm gonna sell this eventually, but it's not a permanent stay on the boat forever. You know, I do plan on selling this eventually and making that upgrade, but I need to win some tournaments. I need to get some money from YouTube eventually to make those upgrades, because this is expensive. It's an expensive hobby that I'm just doing it. So I do appreciate you guys watching, staying tuned, and yeah, peace out.